welcome my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon to full moon, July into August 2022? I am your reader. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years in business at the time of this recording, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box if you want to preview the first bit of it for free. And I'm a creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Wonderful, brilliant platform for artists of all different shapes, sizes, art forms, and varieties. As a mystical artist, I'm having quite the field day over there. I've got subscribers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, giving them exclusive content, advanced content that they get to see before everybody else, as well as streaming there pretty much every morning with a cup of coffee, my hair doing what it's going to do, with which the current humidity, it's just been so much fun. Talking about the day's lunar astrology, usually the lunar, right, retrogrades and stuff like that, and talking about the magical and spiritual applications, and always ending with a little prayer, blessing, meditation thingy at the very end. So if you want some more magic, some more miracles, some more mysticism, some more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Certainly simpler than remembering that. Can you imagine having to introduce yourself like that over and over every day? That's why I'm trying to keep it fun. So if you are new to the channel, and new to these readings, a 5-card draw is just 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, which we will talk about in a minute, a waxing moon timeline. I also do the waning moon, so there's the 7-card draws. They may be 8-card draws the next time I do them, because we got that new Voices of Ganesha Oracle, which is really amazing. But these 5 decks in this case represent the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, to help you align, fine-tune, clarify, pick your language, your spell work, your intentional work, your manifestation. Plant a seed at the new, watch it grow to full this July into August. And let's look at that. We got the new moon in Leo on Thursday, July 28th, 1:55 p.m. Eastern time. I'll probably be doing my magic in the video for that that morning. Where I'm going to try and, I'll wait until after. Whatever. We'll see. We'll get there. And what's cool about that one is a new moon is a sun conjunct moon in a particular sign, in this case Leo. So 5th house dynamic, creativity, good fortune, pleasure, fun. So I feel like the spell is something about our heart's desires and maybe the courage that it takes to manifest them. Leo, the lion, the heart. So plant a seed for that one. Oh, by the way, on a day of Jupiter, expansion, money, Thursday, a spiritual, it's a very, very powerful combo. So think of that, personal heart's desire, then waxing over a 2-week period to manifest at the full moon in Aquarius, Thursday, August 11th, 9:36 p.m. to go from personal to really global, right? Because Aquarius is about humanitarianism and unity and the rebel too. Uranus is the rebel. I did make it that way, apparently. So that being said, it's a general read. Standard YouTube reading rules apply. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about the scenario we're about to look at. Because your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus can have different takes on the same timeline. Or maybe you've got 4 different seeds, 4 different timelines that you are planting and waxing to harvest at full this Leo to Aquarius. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that they sent me into this lifetime to do. And believe me, it's not everybody's gig, but it's what I'm good at. So, enough exposition. Let's get to divination. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And there we go. Using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish for our element of fire, obviously. Sagittarius as a fire sign. So I call to the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the magical spell fragment to help inspire, right? To help them fine-tune, to clarify their element of fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, the seed sown at the new to manifest at the full July, August 2022. Organization. This came up for Virgo. I remember it because I'm a Virgo. And organization is our gig. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. So really, it's more of an ease spell, but certainly organization can do that. Maybe not the process of, but what it creates as a result. So that could be about anything. Yes, it could be about your house, it could be about your finances, it could be about your relationships, all of that in a side of rise. So let's keep going. Lovely element of fire, depending on how you want to focus it. So let's ground it with the element of earth, the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. If you have the stone indicated and want to use it, great. Don't have the stone indicated, no worries. Go grab a clear quartz. They do everything. Just program it with the dominant intention that you get from this reading and from the oracle, because it's nice to have a nice physical, tangible object like a ring or a rock or just something to carry the magic through. It's called a magical carrier, if not a magical tool. So, the fuel that feeds the fire to help you ground and manifest your heart's desire. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to my beloved Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons, one of the Archangels of the Earth, hence the crystal oracle. What is the oracle message? The stone indicated, the element of earth, the fuel to feed that fire, to fuel that fire, and to ground and manifest their heart's desire with organization. Their heart's desire may not be to organize everything, but their heart's desire may require that organization. So they've got Australian agate night. Oh, me and my foreign accents. I've been overdosing on Hamish Macbeth audiobooks, so apparently my Highland is getting better and my Australian is getting weaker. Now look, I opened right to it. Now, Australian agate. There's all different types of agates, right? You just look them up, and not all of them are, I won't say necessarily ethically sourced, but they can be dyed and colored and stuff like that. So I think any agate would do, but you always want to find the stone that matches, that feels right, like in your hand or energetically. You're a Sag, you know what I'm talking about. So here are your key words: perception, strength, courage, and stamina. Now, I just want to say, perception is not always truth. I've been teaching this to my students for decades. I said the sun rises in the east. Pop quiz, does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? And they go, oh, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, it doesn't. The planet turns on its axis. The sun is not a mobile unit. The moon is, but it's doing a different gig, right? So perception is not always the truth. Strength, courage, and stamina. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, are presently being strengthened. Okay, well that's good, the mental and the physical, in order to maybe organize stuff here and out here. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem that maybe organization would help simplify and make easier, right? That easily. This problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. Ooh, so we've brought another person into this, have we? You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. That's intense. All concerned will soon realize the truth that you have already known for quite some time, that this particular person is simply not the person they present themselves to be, and therefore goes perception. Now look, we all project onto people. We can't help it. It's a psychological rule. That which is repressed is projected. I didn't write that rule, right? But what you deny within yourself, you will most likely, if not in the same form, project the content, right? So the form might be totally different on the outside. Oh no, I don't do that. And yet the same energetic link is there. We're all one. It's all holographic. So, perception, to clear your perceptions through organization. And if there isn't somebody else involved in here, because I think that, for a general read, that's fine. But people not appearing as they truly are is a dice game on planet Earth every single day. So authenticity is a tricky thing. So what really needs purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily with that strength and that stamina that comes from knowing that you are organized and you have something together. Feels very element of earth, very physical, tangible. So let's get the element of air. Fire cannot exist without air. Air can exist without fire. The Healing with the Angels Oracle, 2 ways to do this. One is the words actually written on the card, whatever hits the table, to think about it. The mind, right? The element of air, thoughts and all of that. Look up the original meanings of words, right? Not just the definition, but what are the roots, not the root word, but the roots, the historical roots of the word. Sometimes you get a little extra something there that makes it click into place specifically. The other is that these are healing angels, so they must be called upon. They don't just show up uninvited, nor do you stir or summon angels. You politely call, you make the prayer, you ask for help, and they arrive. So whatever the name of it is, the name of the legion, contemplate, meditate upon, well, what would their function be? How would that healing happen? And engage it mentally as well. Let's see who hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the angels and archangels of fire, the sign of Sagittarius, powers of the south, the Michaelites, the legions of Archangel Michael, certainly the truth tellers, certainly the ones with that sword of truth, right? Clearing lies and illusions, deceptions, and delusions from our own individual energy fields, as well as sometimes those around us. A tricky sword to wield, because truth without compassion is brutality. So who are the perfect healing angels in the wings? With their wings spread and ready to zoom in at the call, the invitation for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, for their element of air to stoke that fire and manifest their heart's desire with organization this new to full. Why do we do it? Power. This is about healing your power and the power of your healing. How would the healing angels be healing you with power? Well, to take your power back, to stand your ground, right? It's sort of like what it was saying. You have the stamina, that's power. Oh, stamina and endurance is an important power on the spiritual path. We just give up every 10 seconds. But it is also the power of what you say, what you do. She's actually blowing a horn there. What is it that, how are you going to use your power in the external world? Now, in terms of emotional blackmail, if that is really something that's going on, sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do is just walk away, right? Heal from a distance. When people attack you, and you know it's something that you didn't do, if someone's trying to manipulate you that way, there is nothing wrong with following your own guidance, right? Not so much what the world says you should do, but to really tune in here and act upon your own internal power, and certainly calling upon the healing angels if this emotional manipulation, emotional blackmail is a power play. So to actually heal power dynamics in your life, but to stay calm. Right? To stay calm. You may not be able to see all sides of every situation here. So that organization is a very, very interesting word, I'm going to say, for in terms of how you put that into application and how it's a key to your heart's desire. which is part of the divine plan. Our heart's desires are assigned to us, essentially. When we come in, we come from a much higher place where the illusion of separation isn't so thick, right? To the point we're killing each other over skin color and crazy shit like that from the soul's perspective, right? So, you know, it's part of a larger plan. Your heart's desire is just as important as everybody else's, but you got to do the work. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Because let's get our element of water here, the Whispers of Love Oracle, as I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. There is indeed other people involved in this, that there can be a healing and a resolution through organization here with that Australian agate, that strength, that stamina, but also the understanding that perceptions are not as they appear to be. So to call upon those healing angels of power to help them with this, then what would be the element of water? The energy and motion that we experience as emotion in a physical body when we incarnate, and to put the juice into the spell. The Whispers of Love Oracle. Give us a piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed for the Sagittarian Collective, this new to full. It's the Neil Diamond card. Ready? Nice deep breath. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. I know I could have had a career as a Neil Diamond impersonator, but really I chose the spiritual path. Hey, what can I tell you? Turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love, and that can be in any way, shape, or form, right? Vertically, right? The love of the divine, however you want to play that out or name it. Your love of cake, your love, my love of cats, right? To focus in that and then open the heart, because that is certainly going to help you balance the power dynamic within yourself. To understand that hurt people, but that doesn't mean you need to stick around while they continue to do so. That's why boundaries, right? So you can absolutely set healthy boundaries from an open-hearted place. Because I know for myself, my number one job, well, aside from what I do every day, is to protect that sweet, innocent child of my heart. And if it feels threatened, it's okay for it to feel threatened. If it feels like it's being manipulated, even if it's not, I take the time. I go, it's okay. Look, we'll feel this out. I'm not responsible for their contract. I'm responsible for our contract, which helps everybody else's contract, right? With unity, blah, blah, blah. So turning on your heart light, you know, it's not something you need to do 24/7, 365, but certainly once a day with a piece of agate, allowing the okay, I haven't said this in a really long time, allowing the electromagnetic field of the heart chakra to reorganize and realign every atom, every subatomic particle, every quark in your energy field and beyond, might be worth it. Might be worth it. Because I know when I'm bopping around my house cleaning and organizing, it's a hell of a lot better with an stuff. But that's a little general. Just me. It's also personal and general. Generally personal. Yeah, yes, private, public. Let's get your last card down. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Con, the card of spirit, to energize the whole thing. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. So, you know, a piece of Australian agate or similar. Cast the spell, the intention for organization, calling on the healing angels of power, and turning on your heart light, which is totally internal, right? You just reflect on a time where you felt love. Doesn't have to be about the people involved. In other words, you can go in any direction you want there to get it open, raise your vibration a bit, and see it from a more empowering place. The healing mantra, then, you could do this a little bit or a lot of bit every day, new to full. Let's see what hits the table. Gotcha. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. So call upon the ascended masters of power and empowerment. because that's what this is. This is a power struggle, but over a waxing moon, a way to develop the strength through the wisdom and the lessons offered. So please, my beloved ones, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, the card of Spirit, to help them charge this organization. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to them so easily with that Australian agate to help them shift their perception, to see things clearly, to do it calmly, certainly to manage and empower themselves through any emotional blackmail or manipulation, lies, illusions, deceptions, or delusions, hence the Archangel Michael, by the way. That the Michaelites sent the healing angels of power to them for them to call upon, turning on their heart light, which is not the easiest thing to do, but certainly boundaries are helpful in that process. So what do you got for them? Knock their Sagittarian socks off, Ascended Masters of Power and Empowerment. Their mantra, this new to full, July, August 2022, greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. This is about your self-care. This is about bringing things into balance, obviously, but greeting wellness. Now, we don't really need to greet wellness so much when everything is going well, and certainly organizing things in your life brings a certain balance to it. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as I will it, so let it be done. That's how I clean my house. And you know, it's me pinballing around the house. It's not like the brooms are carrying buckets. I'm not into it. I guess cheap labor or whatever. No magical labor. Thank you very much. I'm going to read it from the Bookie Book, but this is the one about self-care, about, you know, getting enough sleep and drinking enough water and the nutrients and all of that. But if you're looking for a miracle in this situation, balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Is a little bit bigger than just getting your way, right? There is a cost. There is payment due. And I'm also completely at the wrong end of the book. Where are we? Welcoming surrender. Oh no, it's greeting wellness. A, B, C. My mom's a nursery school teacher, so I'm really good at my alphabet. Greeting wellness. This is a little bit of a long one. That's what she said. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. When wellness is welcomed, you are taking responsibility for the upkeep and preservation of your body as your sacred vessel of spiritual growth, because your spirit can't get in here without a body, right? It's sort of like ID at certain clubs. In balance, you may come to see how endless wanting only creates more things to want. That's how it goes. When operating from patterns of instant gratification, you are likely chasing after happiness that is out of reach as your body remains out of balance. And that certainly affects your perception. If you're tired, if you're not eating right, which eat right, well, everybody's a little bit different, huh? So it's finding what works for you, and that's like walking, balancing. Every step you take, you're off balance for a split second, right? Until you find your balance as the foot touches the floor. So this is a forward-moving journey. You don't have to nail it all today. This is resolved by learning to care for the body physically, emotionally, energetically, and nutritionally. And I think that is talking about this strength and this stamina to change your perception. Maybe there is some physical organization that needs to be done in certain ways for you to take back your power so that you can see, for instance, let's go for agreement. Don't take anything personally. Make no assumption. Be impeccable with your word. Do your best. I know I did them out of order, but it's those first two that I said that are really important. Don Miguel Ruiz, D-O-N-M-I-G Miguel, M-I-G-E-U-L? Yeah, I think so. Ruiz, R-U-I-Z. Brilliant book. A lot of people have read it. Came out a long time ago, but worth it. Those 4 things we do are best. Those agreements that you make to yourself. You can find it everywhere, pretty much. So to really bring all this together for yourself and do your best. As your life comes into greater balance, you will likely sense true happiness, not as the end result of specific outcomes, but as the energy created by taking the time to truly care for yourself. And I've gotten, well, all of these mantras I've had, but this one has come up for me repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly because I'm a Virgo. Right? So it has been something that the mantra itself, it wasn't like overnight, but I've completely transformed physically, and I make sure I get my vitamins and my minerals, and I hydrate and I eat and I'm, and all that stuff. I dance. I dance or do yoga every morning. And that's just the physical part of it, let alone the emotional, right? So turning on your heart light is definitely going to shifts hormonal balances once you get that heart chakra open. Also, heart math, HEARTMATH. Check it out online. Please don't make me do math. This mantra is ideal for cultivating self-love, improving self-worth, and letting go of compulsive tendencies. Sounds like it's going to get a lot of things organized here. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do a blessimation. It's a blessing and a summation all at the same time. And then we'll chat a little bit at the end if you want to hang out as I release the Sagittarian Collective and get ready for the next thing on the to-do list. Please take a nice deep breath. Excuse you, selenite. That the heavy artillery. Here we go. Breathe. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need this new moon in Leo to full moon in Aquarius 2022, so they can greet wellness, because balance is a key to their lives of infinite miracles, and certainly turning on that heart light, focusing, remembering a time where they felt love a little bit more and a little bit more every day, while calling upon the healing angels of power and empowerment to help them empower themselves to heal, well, to affect their power of healing and their healing of power. It's just a simple way of saying it, because maybe there is a change of perception here, and there is greater strength and great stability going on here as they shift their perceptions, perhaps even of themselves, of how much power they actually have in a situation, that nonetheless the manifestation of their heart's desires, that is part of a much larger plan than anything we can even imagine or conceive, has to do with somehow getting this all into organization. And maybe that's a divine organization thing, because there's no order quite like divine order, because it confounds and confuses, because it's not based in reason, it is based in purpose that we cannot see usually until hindsight. So purpose, planning, efficiency now come to them so easily for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. Oh, so let it be done. So let it be. So it is. Good. I mean, it's not a bouncing off the walls kind of read. It's a slow and steady wins the race read. But with that open heart as you go, I think you're going to have more fun with it than you might realize. So did you like the reading? Hit the thumbs up, like it. Help the other archers, those mutable fire Sagittarians, find the reading. And if you want more of me on YouTube, just subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I put these out when they're ready. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week. So I'm back at it full force after traveling, and we'll probably be traveling again really soon. So yeah, go ahead, feel like it. Subscribe to me here on YouTube. I really appreciate the subscriptions and all of that. But if you want the deeper experience, if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more wonder mal, then come play channel Patreon, patreon.com/SAGITTARIUS drawing the circle. I love it there. Really, any kind of art that you do, just go check it out as a platform for yourself. I love it so very, very, very much. And if you want to be part of my private community over there, which is essentially what it is, of my humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, and goddesses, then click the link and check it out. I'm keeping it reasonable, and I'm serving up tons every day. So wishing you, so never leave the magic hanging over your head if it can be avoided is a really good rule of thumb. And if you want a private read with me, booking a reading with Mel, video in the description box explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. Otherwise, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of this new moon to full moon Leo to Aquarius, July, August 2022, which is such a mouthful this time around. I love you. Hang in there. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.